today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Brandon Wilson to return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
And what a rookie season he had indeed. A knee injury knocked him out in Week 11 at Washington. And while the Bengals only won 2 of his 10 starts, I think everyone around the league and anyone who watched the NFL came away impressed. 13 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions, nearly 270 yards a game passing, the 3rd most by a rookie in NFL history.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one, Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first-half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Looking for Bateman, he's got him complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The numbers for Bateman in that game a week ago. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Ooh, Lord, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 79 yards. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A handoff to Mixon. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And taken right on the 30. Oh, look at the juke. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Wilson now on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Henry Ruggs with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now it's Wilson.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes the sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun again to Mixon. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's taken it around the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
A beautiful fake. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards.
Touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Open man is Uzama.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Take it at the 37. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Ravens offense back out there.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
and the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man, Wilson.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while.
And he caught it up, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Take off your helmet and give me a kick.
And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Wilson now on the return.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. Second quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Burrow looking to pass.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 36. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Broncos who were able to come in and get the road victory. Melvin Gordon, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we'll head to Green Bay. Check out the Packers at home, Lambeau, and they have the lead over the visiting Washington football team. Aaron Rodgers has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Daniel Jones, a touchdown pass in that first half. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's got some space here. Way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards.
His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Ravens add on.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Wilson.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
At their own 15.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Now Burrow loses the football.
And the Ravens have got it. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The return man, Wilson. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here we go. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
1st down. Here's Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or up.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Gus Edwards,
35 yards.
And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just call a running play looking to get a few yards. But he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Wilson now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is fielded at the 27. Able to slither by. We're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Henry runs 51 yards, and the Ravens continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Owe has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. The return man, Wilson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working it.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
A 40-yard punt, no return. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's been magnificent as we start to roll on all these touchdown passes he's had so far. It's been fun to watch.
It's been almost poetic, hasn't it? Captain, my captain. And this captain is playing so well and leading his team. As you mentioned, a great number of touchdown passes.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
Flush to his right.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
That's out quickly to Bateman. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Wilson now on the return.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow.
Another shot for Chase. He's got it this time.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Eluding the pressure right.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they're uncertain together. What I like about the offense was they exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30.
That's all you got!
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Well, the Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Maybe Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. At the 25 after a gain of 6. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. 6
yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talk. With the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded just inside the 30. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there out of the running game.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
What you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
2nd down and 7.
Play action. It's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Henry runs
With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Nothing, our score after one. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just a minute. So that challenge, a successful one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he fields it cleanly. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he will find his man Ruggs.
Oh, my.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Hey, check back, 6.
Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Calais Campbell in that again, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down to the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Edwards now on 1st and 10.
Xavier Woods, a former Cowboy, in on the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Man, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
They'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. Oh, good move. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a win. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. And plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gott.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And that first... One to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down. and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big. You're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pressure.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted first and... at the 5-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game, and you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better, and now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Once more, Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Jackson.
Got an open man, it's Ruggs.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Ravens add on.
And in this day and age, I would love to play quarterback in the NFL. Wide open offenses, acrobatic receivers. If you're accurate, you're going to have days like this.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Oh, the return is Prochet.
Oh, what a move. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Shifts by him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a run with Edwards. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Patrick Ricard,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive of 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Comes Minnesota. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Play action now. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Patrick Queen
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is third down and 12. Cousins now. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Odafe Oweh in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Crochet on the return.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And out now come the Vikings.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Cousins now to throw on first down. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Cousins.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. Skirts by him at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds has been able to get it up past the 45. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
They'll run with Dobbins. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
One more time with Dobbins.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Edwards.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Ravens are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Play fake. Cousins. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
2nd and 16. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is taken at the 15.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, going up top. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.